2008, an unidentified hairless creature washed ashore near the town of Montauk, New York. Dubbed the Montauk Monster by the press, first a discussion centered on whether the creature was an elaborate hoax. However, talk soon shifted to whether this creature could have been from the mysterious Plum Island. At the time, it was the home to the Animal Disease Center just 2 miles from the American mainland. The center's administration had vigorously denied any involvement, yet the facility on the island had been accused of a string of unethical practices. From biological weapons testing to warped genetic practices. But if the monster wasn't a product of Plum Island experiments, what is it that they actually did?
Serious ethical issues are being raised after it emerged that US and Chinese scientists have implanted human cells into monkey embryos.
Our human gets it right almost every time, and I've got it right once.
The phone, and then I think something popped up and it said that something is going on around here, and it showed pictures of like gene spliced people, and I think it was an advertisement, and then I think the advertisement said what's causing all of this, and is there these secrets that we need to discover? And then in the dream, it said that this high frequency noise, and then it played a frequency noise, but I covered my ears though. And it said that it causes the people to turn into like animals or something. Like those gene spliced animals. And it's really dangerous or something.
What's dangerous? The frequency noise?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it said it was going to be released in schools. I don't really know. I think that's just my thinking, but then after all the end of that research that they did in the ad, they said millions of kidnappers have been kidnapping kids and bringing them to underground places so they can test them on these things.
Really?
Yeah. And then in the end it said what secrets would we discover next, and then it was the end of that ad.
So it's a commercial?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Wow.
It's because commercials, I think they pop up like that.
Oh, okay. So it was a commercial, but it was showing you what they were doing. And so they were, you said something about secrets. What did it say again? What type of secrets will be discovered here or something like that? So I'm so sorry. Can you start again from the beginning?
Me and I were on the phone. In the dream, it was like a big phone, like an iPad a little bit.
Yeah.
And then something popped up. And it was an ad, I think. And the ad said, what would we discover next? These are the secrets of something something. I kind of forgot the rest of what it said with that something something.
These are the secrets of the United States, of the school.
I think the United States. I don't really know.
Okay.
I think it said the secrets of the underground. like underground or something.
Oh, these are the secrets of the underground?
I guess so.
Okay. And
then it had some research with it, like research popped up, and then it said this frequency kind of and then it showed frequency. Well, I covered my ears in that part.
I'm so sorry, the phone distracted me. So these are the secret of the underground, and then it showed.
And then it showed pictures of people that were gene spliced.
It showed people who were gene spliced.
Yeah, like
okay.
with wolves and animals.
Like with wolves, and what type of animals?
I think maybe fish or like dogs, like any other animal. And then it got some research up, and then it had a frequency noise. But I covered my ears, and then it said this frequency is highly dangerous, and it causes people to turn into animals for some reason. And I think it also said as evidence, like up to 75% of the U.S. population, like up to 75% of kids have been kidnapped and then brought underground to be used for these testings. And then in the end, I think it said what secrets would we discover next, and then it was done with it.
Oh, so it's like an advertisement for like a lab, maybe?
I guess.
Because they're saying what secrets will we discover next?
I guess so.
Maybe.
But it didn't say any logo of what the advertisement was for or anything like that. It was just like an anonymous advertisement.
Oh, anonymous. Oh, I see.
Like it wasn't supposed to be out, but it somehow got released or something.
Oh, it got released somehow? It wasn't meant for the public to see?
I guess so.
It was only meant for whoever's down there, you're saying?
I think it was for whoever made the advertisement.
Oh, I see. So their group, maybe their group. So they're trying to make that advertisement for their group, people who are in it, in the research.
I guess so.
You guess so, okay.
Or it was a secret group that would send anonymous things to everyone in the public. And then they sent that.
But that one wasn't supposed to get out?
I don't really know.
Oh,
but
okay. But that was just a dream showing you what was down there?
I guess so.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying that in the dream you're in the iPad and a commercial popped up about the secrets these are the secrets of some group that you weren't sure.
Underground?
Oh, of underground. And in the dream it showed people who were gene spliced, like part wolves and fish and some other animal.
I think a dog.
Like a dog, but different types of animals. And then it said over 75% of kids that have been kidnapped are there. They're taken there. And they do experiments on those kids.
Yeah.
And
it had a frequency noise in the app, but I covered my ears. And it said this frequency, when it was done with the frequency noise, it said this frequency is used for these tests with those kids. And according to their research, it makes the kids turn into animals or something.
Okay, so the kids that were, over 75% of the kids who were kidnapped were being used as gene splice test subjects, or was it something else? But they were being used, and they would use a high frequency type noise, and they showed the noise, but you covered your ears, And it said this frequency turns kids into animals, like it shapeshifts them, or
I guess so.
is that what you're saying?
Or the genes place the kid, but like the genes placed him already, but the kid is like a human. But if they bring out that noise, they turn into an animal.
Okay. So if they bring out that frequency noise, they turn into an animal. Are they able to turn back?
I don't think so. I don't really know, but they didn't say if they would be able to turn back or not.
But they're just saying, like an advertisement, like these are the capabilities, or these are the things we're able to do. Okay. Wow. And this is all underground, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. How old were the kids? All ages?
The ones who were being tested?
Yeah.
All ages?
They're all ages?
It seemed like they were under, like, they might have been, like, they had a limit to them. Like, they couldn't be over 18. And they couldn't be under 5.
It's really, really sad. What were they doing? Like, how were they gene splicing them?
It seemed like they were injecting something into them. And then, that thing that they injected in them, made them gene splice.
So whatever they put into their bodies, went into their DNA?
I think so.
And made them changed into something else, you're saying? Or after the frequency?
No, that was before the frequency. But then after the frequency, they would turn into an animal.
Okay. Is there anything else?
This advertisement came at around midnight.
It came at midnight. What part of the is underground? Where underground?
I don't really know where it was underground, but I think any place that was underground, they would do that.
So any place underground, they would do that. Did any of them know Jesus?
I don't think so.
Okay. So this means people need to pray that God shows his light down there and scares the people who are doing it. Does to intervene, for him to intervene. Because there's stories of people who were they're getting ready to do something to the person, and then a bright light would appear, and then all the wicked people would get scared and run away. There's stories like that. And then the person would get out, the person would escape. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Bye.
So, what I saw happening in labs in certain cities, I saw they look like it was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. They were trying to create superhumans. They were taking DNA from an animal using AI and splice it with human DNA, trying to create organs that would have longevity. It's like trying to outsmart God. And the Lord told me, he said, I fearfully and wonderfully made you in my image. And they're trying to do exactly what they did in the old days with Noah. Satan was trying to destroy the bloodline of a pure human. And the Lord showed me, he said, as in the days of Noah, Brandon, look what they're going to do again. They're trying to recreate the human the way we are, right? It's like the Lord said, we are made in his image. We're perfect. We're perfect in his sight. And when man tries to add to or take away from any of the DNA of making a human, it takes away from who we are with God. saying, well, you know, we're crossbreeds. We're not full humans. They're playing around with things that they don't know. If these people are evil, they have a reprobate mind. And I saw them adding to the DNA, trying to make people super strong by adding gorilla things, like from big gorillas. They were very strong animals trying to make men super strong, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's, like super soldiers. I'm telling you what I got strictly from the voice of the Father warning about this. And they say, well, Alex Jones talking about all these other people, Joe Rogan, all these other people. Listen, this is what the Spirit of the Lord said. I don't know about these men. I'm trying to tell you what I saw in labs. If that's what they're telling you, then they're right. This is what I saw. And it was a race from China and other countries, which the Lord said, do not mention the other country. There was a race trying to perfect it to who it was like the new industrial revolution with the crypto, trying to create a new superhuman being, a species of human being of genetically altered bodies, trying to get the flaws out, in other words, right? But I want you to see what goes with this prophetic word of what the Lord told us is coming to pass. Listen to this. Now, this is really creepy.
What they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants.
Oh, that's creepy. You know, as the days of Noah, the Nephilim.
I remember it was these two aliens that came in. Well, I think it was 2 or 3. It was 3. And they had these big old, like, imagine they look like Megamind. Like, if you seen Megamind, they blue heads, and they was big, but they was slimy. And they was tall, like at least 10 plus feet. And in the dream, he had a kid with him. So I'm gonna tell you about that kid too. So if you know in the Bible, it talks about that beast, it has a tail and a head, like a body of a leopard or something. It was weird. The kid turned into that, right? And it was so crazy, like, can't believe I seen that. But so eventually we get to this part where they was trying to destroy like the earth, or like just a country, I guess. But I believe they're trying to destroy the earth. He had this machine that if it would explode, it would destroy the earth. But the alien who was already here, he stopped them by sending the little kid to destroy it. It's kind of weird. I believe the Lord was telling me that it's already, you know, aliens here, but they're taking children to make them into Nephilim, like to mix their DNA with little kids and stuff like that. So that's why I believe the Lord was showing me aliens mixing DNA with people on Earth. And, you know, like in the Bible says, nothing to do under the sun, you know. So just like the days of Noah, or just like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was the same here, you know. So I just want y'all to pray over your kids, pray over just everything, man. Just because you never know, you know, they may happen to you. Like your kid may get it, like, you know, taken away or something, you know, or like it's crazy. I know that stuff is out here because I've had dreams when I seen what's in Antarctica, I seen what's in Las Vegas. Like I just seen underground things, so I know that stuff is real. But
I don't know what you mean, but there are suits, and it's not just human suits. There's some creatures involving some DNA mixture that these evil spirits are finding. Okay, and it's not just clones. Oh, please, that's like 50, 60 years ago. That's very old. That's very old.
One of the biggest, clearest signs that the end has already begun is that we are starting to see the mark of the beast appear. But it is actually something to do with genetic alteration, and we're going to look into that. Where does it say anything about genetic alteration in the Bible? Listen here. Romans 1:20 through 23 tells us that at the beginning, before the flood, that people altered or transformed the image of God. So let's take a look specifically at Romans 1:23 and see what it says. It says, and they exchanged or changed, and they changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like corruptible man, and birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Now, I find that to be extremely interesting that it says that. Now, the word for changed here actually is alexin, and it means they exchanged or changed. It means that they altered or transformed. So when you go back and read it with that definition, it says they altered and transformed the glory of the uncorruptible God. Jude 1:7 tells us that they sought after strange flesh. Well, the word used for strange flesh here is sarkos heteros, and heteros means altered or transformed flesh, something of a completely different kind. So they sought after or pursued altered and transformed flesh. They were trying to alter themselves again. Wow.
Okay, so this is to add on to the dream with the kids who were underground. So you're telling me that at the end of the dream, what happened?
Someone tried to get me because they didn't want me to know all that stuff.
Okay. So who was that person? Were they a part of the commercial?
No. I don't really know who it was, but I think it was one of those, for example, government people. Like they didn't want it to be out or something. I don't really know.
What did they look like?
I don't really know what they look like. It's because they had a hoodie on and it was blocking them, like blocking their face.
Oh, okay. How do you know they were with the government?
I think I somehow knew.
Oh, okay, but they had a hoodie on. They didn't have any suits or
Like
ties.
I think the government was like an example.
Oh, okay.
Like where those maybe big facilities or something that is like worldwide or something. I don't really know.
Okay. A hoodie, are you talking about what kids wear when they're cold, or was it like a certain type of hoodie with like a long gown?
Maybe a long gown.
What color was it?
Black.
Oh. Okay, so somebody wearing a hoodie was trying to get you, and they were part of the government.
No, the government was the example.
As an example, or it could have been some other group. That was like worldwide.
I guess so. Like Like, I think once it goes into that facility or something, it'll be spread worldwide or something. I don't really know.
So that facility covers, it's connected to the world, like people all over the world know about that facility, or
I think so.
that secret facility, and not all people of the world, but it's connected to the secret underground people of the world.
I think. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Should I start over?
I don't really know what you're talking about with secret underground people.
Oh, okay. I'm saying that because you said in the commercial, it said this is the secret.
Yeah,
the secrets of
but
the underground.
I think that was a different group. Or something.
Oh, I see. So this one that was trying to attack wasn't part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So it was a completely separate group, but they didn't want you to know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're explaining that the frequency had a noise that you hear in movies, like when, let's say on TV, someone's watching a commercial and the TV cuts off or is interrupted, and it makes a ding sound. It doesn't go but it's like a ding sound. And you said it's a not high pitch, but a lower pitch than that, or something like that?
Yeah. It was more like dee or dee or something like that.
Okay. And they put that on TV a lot sometimes. We don't really watch TV, but I know I hear that ding sound whenever they're interrupting a program on TV. For example, maybe the TV loses its signal and it shuts off to a station that is...
I think so.
Okay, something like that. Okay. All right. Was there anything else?
No.
No? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Bye.